welcome to part 2 of my planner video. First and foremost, if you missed part 1 to this video, I talked all about the different factors that you need to consider when you're buying a new planner. And so be sure you go and watch that either before or after you watch this video. I'll put a link to it down below. I just think it's really helpful, and I went through just a bunch of different things that you need to consider when you buy a new planner. So if you've been struggling to decide what kind to buy, then that one should be really helpful. So be sure you go check that out. But in this video right now, I'm going to be basically just comparing and contrasting all of the popular, well-known planner brands. And so I'm going to be talking about Lilly Pulitzer and Spade, Rifle Paper Company, Bando, Emily Lay, Day Designer, Erin Condren, and maybe a couple more. Last summer I worked in a gift shop where we sold a bunch of different planners, and so I'm pretty familiar with most of these brands, except for a couple that I'll talk about just a little bit at the end of this video. But I feel like I have a lot of knowledge about this, and I know a lot of you guys are probably curious, wondering which one is better than the other, which one you should buy. So hopefully this can be somewhat helpful if you are trying to decide which new planner to buy for the upcoming year. So if you guys are interested in any of these brands that I'm talking about, I'm going to have them all linked down below in the description box with the different sizes, the styles, all that sort of stuff. And I'm gonna have the prices listed down there as well. So if you're curious about something and you don't know which one you wanna buy, just check down below and there will be lots of links provided down there. So first I'm going to talk about Lilly Pulitzer because I have used Lilly Pulitzer for 4 years now. These are all of my past planners. Ow, I just hit my finger on that chair. That hurt really bad. I'm going to have a bruise there. Oh, and I'm bleeding. Oh, that's great. I'll be back. Okay, I think we're all good. Back to what I was talking about, Lilly Pulitzer. I have used these for 4 years total, and I used these all throughout high school and my freshman year of college. I also used one of these, so I'm pretty familiar with them. So let's talk about the different sizes that they come in. Lilly comes in a medium size, which personally I think it's really silly. They should just call it the small because they don't have a small, so I think this should be called the small. But this is the medium size right here. I used 2 of these, and obviously these are going to be the small size that they come in, and these are all weekly ones. And the most common size that people get in the Lilly Pulitzer agenda is the large, and this is the large size. That is it compared to the small, so it's noticeably much bigger. Lilly also comes in a jumbo size, and that's their extra large. And personally, I've never had one of those, but basically they are as big as any other notebook or binder or folder that you're gonna have. So they're pretty large. They're bigger than an 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper. So those are gonna be pretty big and just as big as your other school supplies, if that's how you want to think of it. And those 3 sizes, the medium, large, and jumbo, all come in weekly editions, which basically means that there is going to be a monthly spread at the beginning of each month that has a little calendar, and then going into each week, there will be typically 5 to 10 lines for each day where you can write down stuff for that particular day. So on these 2 pages would be a full weekly spread. And also talked a lot about monthly versus weekly versus daily in my last video, so if you're confused on that, go check that out. Lilly also has a monthly version of their planner, and don't be fooled because I know a lot of times last year at the store that I worked at, people would come in and see the monthly kind and be like, oh, this one is $8 cheaper. We're gonna buy this one because it looks the same. But you have to read the fine print because yes, it is noticeably cheaper, but it's a monthly style planner. So that means that basically you're gonna have a lot less room to write, and this space right here, instead of it being for 1 day, that whole space is gonna be for 1 week. So that means that you only get 1 line per day. So if you don't use your planner a lot, then that will work well, but if you need more space than that, I would not recommend a monthly. But Lilly does have that option if that's what you're interested in. All of Lilly's planners are spiral bound, so they do not have any binder styles. They all look like this. And again, if you're unfamiliar with Lilly, they are all super bright, fun, colorful patterns, and personally I love them. They have a lot of really cute ones that came out this year. Another thing that I love about Lilly planners is that they come with really cute stickers, and I know some other planners come with stickers too, but Lilly stickers are always really cute, and so I think that's a fun added touch that they have. Alright, now let's talk about Spade planners, and I don't actually have any to show you guys. I'm sorry about that. I've never used one, but I think they're really pretty and I think I'd really like using one. So nothing against them, I just don't have any to show you in person. But Kate Spade planners come in a medium, a large, and a mega. That's what they call like their extra large. And so the medium and the large size both come in binder form, which basically there's like a spiral notebook inside, but it has a hard cover that makes it look like a little binder book. And so that's what the medium and the large ones look like. And then their mega one is gonna be bound just like a typical spiral notebook. Kate Spade planners are actually more expensive than Lilly planners. I'm not really sure why, but they are a little bit more expensive, so that's something to keep in mind. And Kate Spade only comes with weekly planners, so they don't offer any monthly or daily planners. So they're all weekly spreads. And on the Kate Spade planners, they're typically gonna be like a classic, preppy style. They have a lot of black and gold in their designs, but yeah, they have lots of like gold detailing on theirs and they just look very clean and simple inside. Next, let's talk about the Rifle Paper Company. Personally, I love Rifle Paper Company. They make some of the cutest prints and designs and just some of the most darling little products, and I just really love that company. And their agendas come in a classic size and a large size. So I know it gets kind of confusing because you're like, wait, the classic, is that not the medium? Is the large the medium, like the Lilly? It's kind of hard to compare from brand to brand, but the classic size comes in a binder and the large size comes in a spiral. Their large planner is just a little bit larger than Lilly's large planner, but it's not as big as a mega planner. So I know that's kind of confusing, but it's kind of like an in-between size between the large and the mega. So if you don't want the large, but you don't want the mega, then maybe the Rifle Paper Company large would be a good one for you. And then their classic size is just like the typical large size in other planners. What's nice about those is that they are both the same price, and they also have just some of the cutest floral prints. They're all in like a cute floral. Personally, I love floral designs, and yeah, I think theirs are just absolutely adorable. So if you're into the more like boho, like pastel, soft colors look, then I think Rifle Paper Company would be a great option for you. And also another thing is that those are both weekly. They don't offer a monthly or daily. Next, let's talk about Bando. Now, these are kind of like up and coming, and I would say in the past like 2, maybe 3 years, they've become a lot more popular as people have found out about them. They're super trendy and fun and cute planners, and some of them come with like fun quotes. If you guys have seen like the I'm really busy one, that one's really popular. And they have like some holographic ones, and I think they have a floral one too. But yeah, these designs are gonna be like pretty trendy, and I know that they also come with stickers and like fun little things inside. Personally, I've seen the inside of the Bando planners and they don't have any lines on the pages, so that's a big like red flag for me because I need lines to like straighten everything out when I write. But if you're more of like a creative, doodly person, you don't need like any structure or anything like that, then I think these would be a really great option. So these come in a classic, a medium, and a large. And the classic size is a binder, but it is about the size of these medium Lilly ones. And then medium ones are about the same size as the Lilly large ones. So again, sorry that's confusing, but they are gonna be about this big. And the Bando medium ones come in a spiral like this. And then Bando also has a large one, which is like the Lilly jumbo one. So it's gonna be like the big one that's as big as your other binders and stuff like that. And that is also in a spiral. Something that I've noticed about Bando though is that they are a little bit cheaper than like Lilly and Kate Spade and a lot of these other options. So if you're looking for something more budget friendly, then these would be a good option for you. Next, I'm going to talk about Emily Lay, and this is the planner that I used last year, and I really liked this. It was my first time having a daily planner, but Emily Lay also offers a weekly option as well. So depending, like if you are a super organized person, you like everything to be listed out every day, you can get the daily kind, or if you want the weekly option, you can do that as well. So the daily, this one that I have is a spiral notebook, and the weekly one, it's a little bit smaller, and it is like a binder bound book. These are definitely more expensive than your Lilly and Kate Spade ones, but I think that's because they are more like locally made. I'm pretty sure this is made in the USA. Well, I'm not positive about that, but I know that these, they just make them in smaller quantities. This is one lady, she designs these herself, and it's her own business, and so it's not as big of a corporation as something like Lilly or Kate Spade. So these are going to be a little bit more expensive, and another thing is that shipping on these is expensive, so try and find them in stores if you can, because you can save like $10 or $12 from shipping. But personally, I think they're worth the more expensive price. And something else about Emily Ley is that hers are all about being simplified, and so her motto is kind of like a simplified life. And so the pages are pretty simple inside. They have like your hour-to-hour schedule, and then they have like a to-do list, and yeah, there's not a bunch of like extra fluff in there, which is something that I like, because some planners are just filled with all these pages that you don't even use, and so I like something that I'm actually going to use all of it. All right, for this upcoming year, I bought a Day Designer, and the reason why I got this instead of the Emily Ley one, because I really like this and I was planning to get another one for this upcoming year, but I'm studying abroad in the months of July and August, and so I needed a planner that had both of those months in it, and most academic planners will end in July and start again in August, and I didn't want to have to bring two planners with me when I studied abroad. So I found this one, which actually starts in June of 2017 and it ends in May of 2018, which just worked for what I needed. And it was, I think, like $1 more expensive than the Emily Ley ones, but it is noticeably bigger than Emily Ley's, and it's also heavier. But I really like the design I got. They offer some really cute prints. They have like a palm leaf print, and one of their really popular ones is like just a gold polka dotted one, and I think they have a gold stripe one too. Again, these are also really, really pricey. When I told my parents I was buying this, they were like, "You're spending $60 on a planner? That's insane." But again, it's something that I use basically every single day, especially once school starts, and so I think it's worth the investment to keep an organized lifestyle. But again, with Day Designer, they are a daily planner because, you know, Day Designer. So they only offer daily options, and this is the classic size, again, pretty big. And I also saw on their website that they have a mini size as well. So if you don't want this big, you can opt for the mini size instead. These have like lots of inspirational things inside them, and so they have like today's top 3. They have stuff where you can talk about how much money you've spent and like what you're having for dinner, your daily gratitude, stuff like that. So I don't really know if I'll end up actually using those on a daily basis, but if you're into like the super inspirational stuff inside your planner, then I think this would be a great option for you if you are willing to pay the hefty price. Next, I'm going to talk about Paper Source planners, and this right here is actually my mom's, so I can't take credit for it, but I just wanted to show it in this video. So Paper Source actually, they sell a lot of these other brands. Like I know they sell Rifle Paper Company, and I think they sell some Lilly and Kate Spade too. But they actually make some themselves that are like Paper Source branded. And if you don't know what Paper Source is, it's like a cute paper supply crafty store, and so I would definitely recommend looking there. And if you don't have one near you, check out their website because they have a lot of good options there too. But theirs are definitely not as expensive as your like Kate Spade, Lilly Pulitzer, like designer agendas. So they have some really good options on there, and all of their stuff is really cute. This one that my mom has was like a little spotted one, and it has gold detailing on it. It's really cute. And most of the ones that they offer are going to be weekly planners, like the classic weekly style, but I know that they also had some monthly on there as well, so you can check out the monthly ones if you are interested in monthly instead. So if you want something a little bit different, don't want to like blend in with every other girl in the world who has a Lilly or a Kate Spade planner, then you should check out Paper Source because they do have some really, really cute options. And lastly, I want to talk about Erin Condren, which is another really popular brand. Personally, I've never ordered anything from there because it is a completely customizable website where you go and design everything in your planner yourself, and that kind of stresses me out a little bit. I don't know if I trust myself to do that. Like, I'd rather just spend the money and buy one that's already pre-made. But I know a lot of my friends have used Erin Condren for a few years now, and they really, really like the stuff that she offers. So if you are kind of picky about your planner, about like colors and fonts and stuff like that, then you should go in there because you can literally customize everything yourself. Like you can put your monogram on there, your name, the year, the quotes you like, anything like that. And I looked on their website, they offer both a monthly and weekly version. So they don't have a daily, but they do have monthly and weekly ones. And I think it said the monthly was coming soon, so keep your eye out if you're interested in that. Alright, so those are the main planner agenda brands that I'm going to be talking about today, and I'm sorry if I didn't talk about one that you guys were interested in. These are just the ones that I'm most familiar with, that I worked with in that store last summer, and that I've used personally over the past couple years. But if you guys have any other like super amazing brands that you know of, be sure to comment those down below and let me know, because I'm always looking to try out new planner brands, and I love to see like all the different kinds they have out there, because I know there's some like hidden gems out there in the internet, kind of like the Emily Lay. I discovered it last year and I was like, this is amazing, what have I been missing out on? So definitely comment down below if I didn't talk about one of your favorite planner brands. Again, if you missed part 1 to this video, go check that out too, because it should be super helpful if you're trying to decide what kind of planner you want to buy, and there will be a link to that down below. Okay, I know I talked forever in this video, but I just had so many things to mention, and I hope you guys liked this and found it helpful. Comment down below and let me know what kind of planner you are wanting to get for this upcoming school year, because I'm really curious and I'd love to know which ones you guys like the most. And that is all for this video. I love you guys so much, and I will talk to you next time. Bye.